Good morning, girls. How you doing? Yeah, mornings are hard. I know. Well, so I'm going to walk around the pigs area and I'm going to try to do my Sunday message in one take with no edits. This is Mark Shepherd Healing Pastures, and I'll just say it. I am creating a regenerative farm church from scratch. And I started with pigs because pigs are wonderful teachers and they do a wonderful job of clearing brushy, woody, weedy landscapes and stirring up the soil so that seeds in the seed bank can come forth and or you can seed an area. This area I've seeded and they just literally plowed it. And spiritually speaking, that's what prophets do. So I have three main prophets that I find inspiring and educational. One of them is Greg Judy, and the last two Sunday messages have been about him. And here they come. Another one is the prophet Joel Salatin, and I've learned so much from him. And he's the guy that actually gave me the idea of a farm church. The idea that our farms are actually extensions of our spirituality, to me, just knocked it out of the park. So this is Rubatummy. Hey girl, how's my girl? How's my good morning girl? Yeah. And this is Red Girl, her buddy. And of course, Curly Freckles. I always observe that where there's three animals, two hang out with each other, and one is, there she is, there's Curly Freckles. So Joel Salatin is really one of the key figures in the modern regenerative agricultural movement. And he calls himself a Christian Libertarian Lunatic Farmer. Good morning. What a face. What a face. Yeah, so let's take a walk, girls. And he's probably more conservative as a Christian than I am, but it's a big tent. There's a lot of room. Just like in farming, there's a lot of room. So this is the new area that we gave the pigs 2 days ago. And it was the thorniest, brushiest mess. And so we decided to use 2 poly wires rather than the netting, just because the netting was hard to get through. But you need, and look at this. This is dense brush, and there's a lot of dead elms in here. So there's a lot of firewood, what we call standing firewood. And the pigs have already gotten in here and they're already just digging away. And the thing is, they're finding food in here. There is food for them here. And because this land is so brushy and thorny, it's okay that they're going to disturb the soil. So I wouldn't put the pigs out in a pasture. There's this whole thing of pastured pigs. And I like the idea of pigs being able to wander around and do what they do. Joel Salatin talks about the PIGNESS of pigs. That we want to create farms where the animals can be who they evolved to be. But pigs didn't evolve in pastures, okay? They evolved in woods, in forests, or maybe the edges of things. So what are you eating, Rubs? Oh, Tommy, no, don't touch my new iPhone. I don't have a case for it yet. I gotta get a case today. What are you eating? What's on the menu, huh? What's on the menu, big girl? Like, look at this. Like, I can hardly walk through there, but she's gonna climb over. She's gonna go for it. To me, I mean, this isn't wasted land, but it's not necessarily been productive for humans. But if we can make it productive for humans and still have it be productive for wildlife as well, isn't that good? Like, don't you even think about chewing my old boot. I gotta get new boots too. Yeah. So what are you eating? What are you guys eating? Huh? What are you eating? And I gotta tell you, I enjoy the company of these animals. And a lot of the issues that I have as an adult autistic person with people, I do not have with animals. They're pretty straightforward. But I wanted to give them a new area a couple days before I had to go away for the weekend. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's Curly Freckles doing? Let's zoom in here. What are you eating? So they literally, I gave them some food a couple of days ago in their trough. Hey baby, come around this way. Come around this way. Dummy. Well, I want to climb over the log. So in every situation in the farm, there's some corollary, there's some spiritual lesson that we can get from it. Like, these pigs are clearing the ground, right? John the Baptist prepared the soil for the ministry of Jesus, right? The Old Testament prophets prepared the soil for the New Testament, right? The invention of, any invention prepares the soil for the next invention. So, Ben Franklin's work with electricity prepared the soil for Thomas Edison's work with electricity, which prepared the soil for, let's say, I don't know, Elon Musk and Tesla, whatever. And spiritually speaking, we are at a time where, even though there's religious extremism, more and more we're able to see that the world is full of different faiths, different practices, different ideas, and some of them need to be extinguished. Some of them need to be let go of. God, look at the tangle in here. And the world is like this brush. It's tangled. It's overgrown with thorns. Some ideas are like thorns. Some ideas are like, an opening, a clearing. So they're finding so much to eat in here. And literally, these pigs could live out here. In fact, a lot of pigs in other areas of the country have escaped. And wild pigs are a problem, destroying, farms. And in Hawaii, wild pigs are destroying people's homes and threatening their children and pets even. So we need to prepare the way. in Godspell, the musical, prepare ye the way of the Lord. Sorry, I'm off key. It's early. So we need prophets. So Joel Salatin, to me, is really the first guy. He was interviewed by Michael Pollan in Michael Pollan's Omnivores Dilemma, and they made a movie out of it. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. And Joel's idea is that small local farms are the way to go, and government regulations and restrictions on small farmers are basically so counterproductive that they're beyond beyond insane. And I'm it's like there's a balance that our government needs to take, and that is, I appreciate the fact that with a strong federal government, it keeps a lot of bad things from happening. Someone needs to be the referee. In UFC fighting, they have a referee, right? They have a structure and an organization to protect the fighters. So I'm not against that, but I am against overregulation and making things so many forms to fill out, so many packaging things, so many things that just absolutely destroy entrepreneurial motivation on the small end. But I feel that way spiritually. The Catholic Church did its part to really destroy innovation, spiritually speaking. What are you getting there, Curly Freckles? So, I'm going to wrap this up. Essentially, I want to challenge all of us to start digging through our spirituality. Find the roots, right? Find the roots. Find the nourishment below the surface. Find the nourishment below the surface. Yes. And use it. Make use of it. Integrate it into your spirituality somehow, some way. Into your farming practices, into your lifestyle. And that doesn't mean it's always going to be easy, because it's often not. But God never said it was going to be easy, right? And I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful for these animals. And so sending out prayers to those of you who are searching for something more than what our culture has been offering up to this point, something more than the grocery store has to offer. Food security, clean food, ethically produced food, animals treated humanely, the pigness of the pig being allowed to happen. And so I urge you to check out Joel Salatin, Polyface Farm, and just go to YouTube. He's everywhere. I don't know if he has his own YouTube channel yet. He's got tons of books. Check out his stuff. Joel Salatin, the Prophet Joel. And again, sending out prayers to those who are lonely, those who are hurt, those who are grieving, those who are depressed, those who are anxious, those who are angry, those who feel betrayed, and to realize that in every step, every path, there is opportunity. In every crisis, there is an opportunity. In every circle, there is a return to something that can be healing and can be empowering. So, there, 15 minutes. Hope that's okay, folks, because I do not have time to edit. Hopefully I said good things. And hopefully you enjoyed a little time in the brush. And 15 minutes. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm going to add a song after this. And I'm going to wish you a wonderful week, a prosperous week, a healing week, a week of empowerment and love, a week where you find your path, a week where you seek and discover the answers that you have been longing for. And yeah, that's it. And I'm so happy that I was able to give the pigs a joyful place to be. And yeah, that's it. Boom. I had a Sunday school teacher back when I was 5. She said something I'll remember as long as I'm alive. We live in God like the fish live in the sea. God lives in us like the sea lives in the fish. We live in God like clouds live in the sky. God lives in us like light lives in our eyes. I live in God. God lives in me. I live in God. God lives in me. I live in God. God lives in me. I deny the illusion of separation, and I affirm that all is one. All is one. We are no more apart from God than sunshine is something other than the sun. I live in God like the fish live in the sea. God lives in me like the sea lives in the fish. I live in God like clouds live in the sky. God lives in me like light lives in our eyes. I live in God. One and one is one. God lives in me. And two is one. I live in God. And three is one. God lives in me. So it's Sunday morning, and I'm sitting here in the pew with you. And the Reverend Jim is speaking true. Speak it, Brother Jim. And the affirmation starts resonating in my heart. So how can I keep from singing from the God in me, the God in you, the God in we? I live in God. I remember, God lives in me. I surrender, I live in God. One and one is one. God lives in me. And two is one. I live in God. Like the fish live in the sea. God lives in me. Like the sea lives in the fish. I live in God. Like clouds live in the sky. God lives in me. Like light lives in our eyes. I live in God. I remember, God lives in me. I surrender, I surrender. I live in God. And like the fish live in the sea, God lives in me. Like the sea lives in the fish, I live in God. God lives in me. Good morning, girls. How you doing? Yeah. Mornings are hard. I know. I know. So, hopefully, I did a Sunday message with no editing needed. And I'm walking the fence line here and just make sure the pigs haven't knocked anything on the fence. Healthy boundaries are important too, but we'll talk about that another day. Hope you enjoyed the song. Hope you enjoyed the message. If you like this, could you please subscribe? Please, could you give me a thumbs up? Could you leave a comment below? I cannot tell you how much work this is and how often I want to not do it because I have so many other things to do. And a thumbs up, a comment keeps me motivated. It's an external validation that it's probably my ego, but it's just nice to know that I'm doing something that somebody values. And so if this is helpful to you, let me know and I'll keep doing it. And I'll keep doing it even if you don't let me know. So it doesn't cost anything. And I gotta go check on the sheep and the cows, and I gotta get ready to go away for the weekend. And hopefully a very large bird just landed in a tree, but it's a robin, a big robin. Anyway, peace, love, grooviness, over and out. Amen.